Hello and welcome back to Living Passionately with Pat Brown. It's always a pleasure to come to you each week to share information that I hope motivates and inspire you to do your best, to live your life passionately, to be the best you that you can be. I'm all about growth and improvement and whatever we need to do to learn and grow on a daily basis. We have to do. There's information out here. We want to make sure that we are giving the right information to individuals. Recently, I came across an article that stated there were over 5 million new businesses that started in 2022. Over 5 million. In 2020, there was a record-breaking year of over 4 million new businesses that were started during the pandemic. Imagine that. That was a record-breaking year for new businesses. And then last year, 2022, another record-breaking year of over 5 million new businesses. So that tells us that a lot of people starting new businesses, right? Businesses are growing across the US. And so a lot of times I get questions from people, asking me different things regarding starting a business, legal questions that I cannot answer. And one of the questions that I've received a couple of times and even had someone that ran into a situation is about copyrights and trademarks. So today I was able to get someone very special on our channel to speak to you directly as an expert and attorney in the field of copyrights and trademarks. So today we are going to welcome Miss Ariana Smith from AC Smith Law Firm, who is going to share some very important information on copyrights and trademarks and the importance of, protecting your intellectual property. In this day of creative, there's so many people out here that are sharing information on their intellectual property, not thinking anything about it, not protecting themselves, and before it's too late or, when a situation occurs. But one of the reasons why I invited Ariana, and she was so delighted to be on the show today, and I greatly appreciate her to come out and share information to us on the importance of copyrights and trademarks as you endeavor on your new business or partnerships or however you're going about your sharing your intellectual property. It's really important to make sure that you are protecting yourself from day one, or actually before you start, not after or when you run into a situation. So welcome Ariana to the show. Her information is here. You can contact her for more detailed information, to schedule an appointment, whatever may work for you. She's available to answer your questions and to work with you directly. Thank you. So, Ariana, thank you so much for joining me on Living Passionately with Pat Brown today. I'm so excited to have you on. And one day I'll share the story about how we met. But right now, I'm just excited to have you on the show. So first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to introduce yourself and your law specialty and just information on how we can contact you, because I know you're going to share great info today.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be on your show. The pleasure is all mine. My name is Ariana C. Smith. I am a trademark attorney, so I am the owner of a trademark law firm. I also do copyright registration and LLC formation, and I can be found at www.acsmithlaw.com, or you can email me directly at ariana@acsmithlaw.com.
Awesome. We got that, and I'm going to make sure that is added to the video so that my guests and anyone else that's looking for information on a trademark attorney, that they know exactly how to find you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So tell us what are copyright laws and IP laws?
So the difference between a copyright and a trademark, right? IP is intellectual property. So there's three forms of intellectual property. There's copyright, there's trademark, and then there is patent. The bulk of my practice is trademark.
Okay.
A trademark is a form of intellectual property that protects your brand, right? So when we think about brand, what does that mean? I like to use Nike as an example. Nike is a well-established, reputable brand. Nike has built their brand so that when you see a pair of sneakers with the check mark on the side, you have an idea as to the quality that you're going to get, the cost you're going to get, just based off the reputation that they built with that brand. And
Awesome.
Nike has protected their brand with the name trademark. So Nike's trademarked, their logo, just do it, is also trademarked.
Right.
Swoosh mark, the check, that's also trademarked. And so that's what a trademark does. It protects your brand and it gives you the exclusive right to use your name, your logo, your design in connection with your goods or your services.
Awesome. Awesome.
And copyright protects your content. So if you're a singer and you recorded a song album, copyright would protect that. If you're a painter and you drew a painting of, I don't know, a landscape, copyright protects that. So copyright protects your content and patents protect your inventions.
Awesome. That is great knowledge to know. I really did not know the difference either. So thank you so much for pointing that out.
Yes.
And that there are three different types of intellectual property. I did not realize that. Thank you.
They protect different things.
Yeah, awesome. So why do you think it's important to protect your intellectual property?
It's important to protect your intellectual property because if you think about the word intellectual property, right? Intellectual property, that's something that you came up with, right? If we break it down to copyright, if we're talking about song lyrics or a painting, that's something that you, as an artist or as a creative, that's something that you came up with. So to me, just alone, that's worth protecting, right? Your own creations, your own content, you want to protect that so that people just can't just use your items and make money off of your items that you created.
Right. Definitely makes sense, especially in this world now of creators. You know, everybody's talking about being a creator out there and certainly don't think about, you know, themselves as being, you know, intellectual property per se, or the importance of having someone like you on their team, because we don't know as consumers or as creators. So I think it's really important that people understand the difference and why it is important to make sure that they consult with someone like you for your services. So awesome. Thank you.
And with a trademark, it's important to protect your brand because if you start using your business name, right, and you don't trademark it, and if I decide that I want to start using it, who's to stop me from doing that? Right? So with the trademark registration, you have the exclusive right to use that name or that logo, that symbol, whatever you're using to promote your brand. You have the exclusive right to do that in connection with your goods and your services. So then you can send me a cease and desist letter and ask me to stop infringing on your trademark rights.
Right, exactly. I didn't realize that until I started my business and I was trying to create a logo, and the person that helped me explain the reason why that was also really important to make sure that I had my own creation. So I was like, oops, I didn't even think of that, you know, including colors and everything. So really great. So if someone believes that their intellectual property has been stolen, like what type of recourse do they have?
Okay, and when you say intellectual property, I'm speaking only to copyright and trademarks because I don't have patents. I would say there's a couple of steps you can take. The first step you can take is you can reach out to the infringer. And by infringer, I mean the person that has copied you. The person that's using your brand, the person that's trying to sell your designs on t-shirts, reach out to them because there could be a possibility that they didn't know, right? They thought it was fair game, they didn't know, or maybe they thought they created it. You can reach out to them and just explain, you know, I have the registration for this, or I'm the creator of this, and I would like you to stop using it.
Okay.
So either way, they can say, okay, I will. Or they can say no.
Right.
And if you're met with some sort of, you know, opposition, then the next step is that you can send a cease and desist letter. So a cease and desist letter would outline that essentially that you're the owner of the intellectual property and you're formally requesting that the infringer stop using the intellectual property.
Okay, awesome. So can you give us some examples of copyright?
Yes, a song can be copyrighted, a painting can be copyrighted, a book can be copyrighted.
Right,
There
right,
has to
yeah,
be
yeah,
some
yeah.
sort of creativity to a copyright. What cannot be copyrighted are facts, like methods. You can't
Mm-hmm.
copyright a fact, right? A fact is a fact, and there's no creativity that you've put into a fact. So there has to be a modicum of creativity for it to be eligible to be copyrighted.
Okay, awesome. That's good. So it has to be some type of your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Really important. Okay, awesome.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Great. So is there a time frame on how long you can register or protect your IP?
That question varies per IP. For a
Okay.
trademark, you can protect your brand for as long as you're using it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so if you register your trademark, it's registered today. As long
Mm-hmm.
as you continue to use it, you will receive the benefit of the trademark as long as you continue to re-register. So after the
Okay.
first 5 years, you have to
Okay.
submit an affidavit to the trademark office. Basically, you're telling them, hey, I'm still here, I'm still using this, it's still mine. And you pay them their fee. And then you do that again between year 9 and 10. And then you do that again every 10 years thereafter. So as long as you keep up with your registrations, a trademark can last forever.
Okay. So it's after the first 5 years and then 10 years thereafter.
The first 5 years, and then the
Uh-huh.
next 5 years, and then 10 years after.
Okay. 5, 5, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So how would someone know that it's time to contact a copyright or IP attorney?
As soon as you start, as soon as you start, because well, copyright's a bit different because copyright automatically attaches. So
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is a copyright, as soon as you take the idea out of your head and into some form of a tangible expression, meaning
Mm-hmm.
you have song lyrics in your head and you write them down. You have song lyrics in your head and you record them. You have a painting in your head, you know what you want to paint, and you actually paint it out. Once it's
Okay.
on a tangible medium of expression, something that we can see, we can touch, we can hear,
Uh-huh.
copyright automatically attaches. Now, the
Okay.
reason why you register your copyright with the Copyright Office is you have to have that registered to be able to file a lawsuit for copyright infringement.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Otherwise, copyright automatically attaches. Trademark does not work that way. Trademark, there's common law trademark, but there's no
Mm-hmm.
registration that comes along with just automatically using your brand. You have to actually file the application with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and then there's a whole process they go through to see if it's approved, and then you receive your registration.
Okay. And I heard that that could be a very long process also.
Yes, it can take about anywhere from like 8 months to a year, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of it as a race, right? Because if we
Okay.
have similar names that we want to use, if I
Okay.
file my application first, then my application takes priority over yours.
Makes
It
sense.
doesn't even have to be the same name, it can be something similar. And because our names are so similar and what we do is so similar, my application will take priority over yours, and your application probably won't even continue to move through the process until mine is completed. And they figure out because if mine is approved, then yours likely will not be because they're too close.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Neat. Alrighty. Okay. So again, you want to give us some final thoughts so we can wrap up here on how we can contact you or any further information you would like to share with the audience today?
Sure, yes. If you are a business owner, if you have an idea, if you're thinking about selling products, if you're thinking about launching a business, the time is now. I know a lot of people tend to think, okay, well, I'll wait until I make some money and then I'll start to invest in the ancillary things. And I would like for people to not think about this part as the ancillary things and think about it as the process that needs to be completed up front. So you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder, wondering
Right.
if you're infringing on somebody else's trademark, right? Because you're using a
Right.
business name that may already be taken. And then by the time you reach out to register your brand name, it's not available. Meanwhile, you already have merchandise, you already have your website, you already have your business cards, you might have t-shirts, you already have all this merchandise and all this labor that you've put into it to a brand that may not even be available to you. So it's best to get that done up front so that you can move forward with a peace of mind, knowing that you own your brand and there's no one out there that can prevent you from moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you. That is such great advice, Ariana. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you again for taking the time to speak with us today on Living Passionately with Pat. I do have lots of business owners that listen to the channel. So here you go, guys. You know how to contact her. Give us your information once again, Ariana.
Yes, I will. You can contact me at my website at www.acsmithlaw.com, or you can email me directly. You can tell me you saw me on the show at ariana@acsmithlaw.com, and I would be more than happy to offer your audience a discount on my trademark package. I would offer $250 off the package. You can just enter the code PASSIONATE. The code is passionate.
Awesome, guys. You heard that. So let's make sure that we do it right from the beginning and not in the middle or at the end. Contact Ariana. Awesome. Great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
Thank you. So thank you so much for watching the video today. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And I really do hope that you find this information motivating and inspiring for you or someone that you know, because we all know someone who's starting a business today. Thank you so much. If you're just starting out, I believe in you. You can do it. Just make sure that you're doing it the right way. Thank you.